There was an article in VentureBeat this week. Shout out to Bradley Metrock for pointing it out in the This Week in Voice newsletter. Subscribe if you haven't already. About how there are thousands, tens of thousands of Alexa skills and thousands of Google Actions that don't have the proper privacy notices in place. Some skills are using generic privacy notices, some really don't have any, and others don't have privacy notices that reflect what's actually happening within the skill or action and the data that's actually being collected. So the question is, what's the problem? Now, privacy is obviously important, and it's important for users to understand when they're engaging with essentially what is, in 9 times out of 10 cases, a screenless interface. It's important for people to understand what's actually going on behind the scenes. All right. Now, in order to do that, in order to let people understand what's happening behind the scenes, in order to allow people to have confidence in the way that you're processing their data and being transparent about what data you're collecting in the first place and why, there needs to be a trade-off, and there will be a trade-off between giving people that information and being transparent and user experience. Cue Winston. He usually barks at motorbikes. The researchers suggest, I can't remember who the researchers were now, one of the universities in the US, suggests that you should have like a warning, an audible warning when people engage a skill to say, this is what information we collect and this is where we're storing it and all that kind of stuff. Basically a condensed version, an audible condensed version of a privacy statement. The problem with that is that voice interfaces are audio and play out in real time, and so if you have to listen to that every single time you engage in using a voice user interface or using an Alexa skill or a Google Action, it just diminishes the user experience. It's a terrible, terrible experience for users. Most people, when they see those privacy statements, they essentially scroll down, click agree and move on with their life, because most people are not that bothered. That was a bird. Putting that in a voice user interface makes the experience a lot more difficult and will be detrimental to it. I don't know what the solution is, but I do know that an audible barrier that prevents people from getting into any skill or action isn't the right idea. What's the trade-off between being transparent, ensuring confidence, building trust, and providing a good user experience? Let me know.